Warnings, pregnancy, knife, and death.
I'm Fita. I will be your lady-in-waiting, kind of, even if you are already married. You giggled at how shy she was. Fita had bows in her hair and one that was tied around her neck. She's new. I know you'll like her, Bakugo said, then kissed your head. I got business to attend to. You smiled. All right, Katsuki, see you. You then turned to Fita. She had been playing with her fingers. Would you like to have a walk in the garden? You asked, smiling at her. She nodded, and you turned around, going to the little garden they had. You could hear her walk behind you. So, I can tell you like bows. I do. You didn't know, but she had been smiling. Your Majesty, what do you like? The kingdom's knows nothing about you. You giggled at her, turning your head. Well, I really like water and the moon. Ooh, and seashells, coral, and flowers. You were just naming things when you noticed someone. They had been sneaking around looking for something, till they looked at you. As soon as they saw you, they came running at you with something in their hand. You felt a gust of wind behind you. Then once you opened your eyes, the man who was running at you was on the floor, Fita, standing on top of him. Are you all right, Your Majesty? She turned around, looking over your face, arms, and upper body. You just looked in pure shock. Yes? Does Katsuki know about this? You asked her in pure shock. She looked down. No, she said sheepishly. Could you keep this a secret between us, please? She yelled pleadingly, her hands around yours. You smiled. No worries. I won't tell a soul. She looked up at you, her cheeks red. Thank you, she smiled. The both of you continued to walk around the garden before going back to your room. So, why the hell were there just a person on the floor of the garden and of course knocked out cold? Bakugo came into your room, and he looked pretty pissed. He tried to hurt Her Highness, Fita spoke, placing down a tray of food for you. Bakugo stepped closer and put his hand on your cheek. I knew I could trust you, Fita, she said, bowing. Your face had looked a little red. Fita, you may leave now. She bowed once more before leaving. Yen. He then kissed you. You smiled. What's got you all pissy? You asked him. The stupid royal court wants us to do so much goddamn bullshit that cause you to get stressed, and that wouldn't be good for the baby. He placed his head in the crook of your neck, laying kisses. Did you pick Fita specifically for this? You asked him. He only chuckled. I saw. I can't hide anything from you. He then looked at you. Her skills in combat are incredible. Her father is one of the generals in the royal army and is quite skilled. He picked you up, placing you on the bed, both of you lying down, cuddling each other. I wish I could stay like this forever, Bakugo said, kissing your forehead. Time skip. Your Highness, what do you think about the flowers? Fita spoke, giving you a bouquet of flowers. You smiled, taking them out of her hands. Your Highness, you seem sad. Is there something troubling you? She asked as she sat down by you. You sighed. Well, Katsuki has been busy with work that he doesn't want me to do. You began to tear up. He comes to bed when I'm asleep and gets up before the sun even rises. I haven't seen him since 7 months ago. You begin to slightly cry. Oh, Your Highness, I'm sure he has a plan. He always does, she spoke, putting a hand on your shoulder. But not to see his own wife? You cried harder. It truly hurt you that he had to do his work, then be with you. Your Majesty, if you want, I can go and check on him for you, Fita spoke, trying to calm you down. I'm sorry, Fita. I'm getting emotional. I shouldn't have been like that. You spoke, wiping the tears away. But please make sure he's all right. Fita had got up and left you in the garden. Of course, there were guards around, so you couldn't get hurt. She walked across the castle and made her way to his workroom. She opened the door, seeing him writing on papers. Stacks of papers on each side. Your Majesty, Yin is very worried for you. She wants to spend time with you, but you have been here and made her worry for you. She bows, starting to catch fire here, okay, to the point where it will hurt you, her, and the baby. Bakugo then looked at her, rubbing the bridge of his nose. God, I fucking messed up. His head banging on the desk. Then go spend time with her in the garden. The flames dying down. Bakugo got up from his chair. Oh, fuck that paperwork. If the royal court gets pissed, I'm gonna kill them. He sighed as the two made their way back. As they made their way back to the entrance of the garden, he could see you, the sun shining off your face, your hair seemingly sparkling. Hello, honey, he said, speaking from behind you. You gasped, trying your hardest to get up, but failing. Here, let me help you, honey. He hugged you. Katsuki, I love you so much. You cuddled your face into his neck. Every always was so surprised how he acted to you than everyone else. But as long as he was happy, now they didn't mind. The two of you continued to be in the garden. You making him flower crown, which just made him happy to be with you. Enjoying the sun that was nice and warm. Katsuki, I'm hungry. You pouted. All he did was laugh and help you get up. All right, let's go eat. After eating, the two of you walked in the castle, the moonlight hitting both of your skin. Katsuki, I'm glad you found me that day. You spoke, cuddling up into his grasp. Yin, I'm glad you stuck with me. He kissed your head. Then the both of you heard running, coming from behind. He quickly grabbed a sword from a knight statue, ready to fight. But a court member came running, huffing. Your Majesty, he huffed out. What? Why give me and my wife a fucking scare? He spat at him. Kirishima has some news for you, and it's not good. You saw Bakugo froze and then went away. You looked down, holding onto your belly. You could feel them kicking. You had found out the gender, but no one else knew. You just knew. You didn't know how. Maybe the magic you possessed, or maybe just instinct. You never really liked trade routes, which was what Katsuki was doing now. So you didn't follow and just went to your guys' bedroom. You closed the door, walking to the balcony. The city was so pretty, the lanterns making the city bright and sparkle. The past few months you have put an impact on the flowers. The flowers had started to grow, making the children play with them, and the adults just loved you. The women loved you for your warm effect you gave on them. You were kind, and the children always listened to you. And the men were just glad you calmed Bakugo down. They didn't like being on his bad side, so being nice to you made Bakugo happy, and them happy as well. The elders loved you so much. You had helped them with so much stuff. The door opened, and you heard Bakugo going on and on about something. Then you felt a knife up against your neck. You heard Bakugo giggle, then it go into a grumbling, and then mixing into a girl's voice. Long time no see, fishy, she giggled. Who are you? You asked. Friend from a long time ago. She giggled. You then heard the door open. Yin? You heard Fita speak. Oops, looks like I have to go. The girl giggled. Smoke began to fill the room, Fita using magic fire for it to go away quicker. You falling to the floor holding your neck. Yin, are you all right? She asked you, looking you over. Yes, I'm fine. She helped you get up, helping you to the bed. You heard her speak under her breath. I knew with the people burning in the trader house was weird. You stopped walking. What? You asked. Oh, I'm sorry, Your Highness, but I'm sure His Majesty has gone talking with someone, but man on the trade route has been burnt to a crisp. You looked down. It couldn't be them, right? The ones who tried to take you all those years ago? Well, 2 years to be exact. Dabi, Toga, and Shigaraki. The door opened. Fita, leave. You both turned to the real Bakugo, and he looked pissed. She bowed and then left. He walked up to you and picked you up, laying you down on the bed and laying his head onto your chest. He does not care if you have boobs or not. I'm gonna have to mumble. Or, goddamn, I missed you. You giggled. Bakugo, I love you too. You hugged him. But you're hurting my belly. He then got up and kissed you, the two of you smiling at each other, finally going to bed. Do you get why I asked what the gender of the baby was? Because you guys are picking. So anyways, yeah, I hope you have fun picking the gender of the baby.